Alright, how's it going, guys? I am back at you with another video in our Dark Souls playthrough series. So last time on this series we explored the Undead Asylum and we learned about, you know, the Chosen Undead and the pilgrimage to Lordran. So we're going to find out what we have to do here. And today we're going to be exploring Firelink Shrine. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this video. Pick up a little humanity there. Let's read what that does. Humanity. Used to gain 1 humanity and greatly restore HP. So the humanity is a mechanic in this game, and you can use that to do some things. We'll get to that in a little bit. If you're looking at the top left corner there, you see that double 0. That is my humanity counter. So when we use a humanity, that goes up by 1. And when you use a humanity, it restores your HP. I think it's... I'm not sure if it's fully or if it's just a really large amount, but either way, you can use that to heal yourself in a pinch if you're out of Estus. So you definitely don't want to just be spending those willy-nilly. And when you rest at a bonfire here, you see that our Estus Flask is restored to 10. So, very good. Bonfires are few and far between, though. So you're not always going to have the luxury of just being able to rest up whenever you want. Anyway, so there's this guy over here, just sitting. We're going to talk to him.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead? Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit. What? Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all. What are you looking at? Don't try anything clever. You might regret it. What? You want to hear more? Oh, that's all we need. Another inquisitive soul. Well, listen carefully then. One of the bells is up above in the undead church, but the lift is broken. You'll have to climb the stairs up the ruins and access the undead burg through the waterway. The other bell is back down below the undead burg, within the plague-infested Blight Town. But I'd die again before I step foot in that cesspool. Bloody hell, what is it now? You ask too many questions. I'm not up for chatting. Leave me alone.
Alright, so we wanted to make sure that we exhausted all of his dialogue options there. Or I guess they're not options, but he has a lot of dialogue lines. And you definitely want to make sure that when you're talking to NPCs in this game, you want to exhaust all of their dialogue. So just keep talking to them until they repeat something. So, yeah. A couple things there. He did tell us that there are actually 2 undead Bells of Awakening. So, you know, the other guy, our little friend back in the Undead Asylum, told us that there was only 1, and this guy's telling us that there's 2, so that's kind of a shock to us. And he also mentioned something about going hollow, and what going hollow means is you're an undead and you're kind of you're too far gone. You're not sane anymore, right? So the undeads that I killed back in the Undead Asylum, they were hollow. We're not hollow yet. We still have, you know, some sanity to us. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Those were the important things that this guy mentioned. So yeah, let's start exploring this place. We're gonna go down these steps here. Let's see what's down here. So there's an NPC in here. As you can see, she's kind of kneeling down. No response. She cannot speak when you try to talk to her. And here we can reinforce our Estus Flask, but we need a Firekeeper soul to do so, and we don't have that yet. And of course she can't talk to us, so that's kind of all there is. Exchange. So this is a player message. Someone else wrote this and put it on the ground. And other messages that players leave, you can rate them, either good or bad. And that's what that rating is for there, 6. That means, you know, this has a net rating of 6, right? So 6 more people upvoted that than downvoted it. If we keep going down here. I think we can break this here, yep. Anyway, there's a little lift here. And at the bottom of it, we are in an entirely different zone. Definitely want to break all of the things that look breakable like this, because sometimes they contain items. Alright, we got a Soul of a Nameless Soldier, so we'll be able to pick up souls throughout the game like this, and they'll be kind of named different things, and based on their name, they give different amounts. So we can use these to give us souls. On the bottom right corner there, you saw we got 800 from that. That is our soul counter down there, and we can use that to level up, to buy items, stuff like that. So it's kind of like the currency in this game. So it's very important to have a lot of souls and to not lose them. So here's a hollow undead. Drop anything. And we are now in the new Londo Ruins. Let's see. Now this is a door that we're not going to be able to open. That is locked. You can choose to start the game with Master Key, and that will let you unlock any door in the game. I think any door in the game, if not most doors. So you can open that with the Master Key if you do choose to start with it. It's not recommended to start the game with the Master Key if it's your first playthrough, just because you're going to get into some areas that you're not supposed to be in yet, and if you don't know what you're doing, it'll be very, very bad for you. There are a bunch of these guys all around here. We're just going to put them out of their misery. They don't really want to be living anyway. They are giving us a small amount of souls, so it's worth it for us as well. So yeah, as we keep going here. We picked up an S-stock. Let's see. It's not actually as good as our club, though, so we're not going to equip that. Not sure if these guys can actually drop anything or not, but we're staying behind to check just in case. Oh, that guy did. Transient Curse. Let's see what that item does for us. Temporary curse allows engagement with ghosts, so we can use that to be able to fight ghosts, which is very important for some enemies in this game. This area just looks absolutely beautiful. The fire with the torches, the blue fire there, looks so good. This area looks a lot better than in the original Dark Souls. The remaster version is just fantastic. So I'm gonna run across this rickety little bridge here. Be wary of a cult. So yeah, the messages that you can find from other players that you know, let's see if, oh, I don't have the item that allows you to leave them, but it's kind of like a system that only lets you pick from like, you know, pre-selected words. So you can't just like write anything you want. You have to kind of form a little phrase with words that you know, the developers put in. So you'll find a lot of funny things. Okay, so we are going to run this way. I know of an item over here that's going to be good for us to get right off the bat. There's a little pathway right here that we can go on. See any items in here? Nope. We're probably going to die here. In fact, we absolutely are going to die. So don't expect me to live. But we definitely wanted to get that item there. You're not really supposed to come down here yet. But you can kind of suicide for this item. And it's definitely worth it. I probably shouldn't have used my used the soul that I picked up. Knowing that I was going to die, but oh well. I don't think we're going to go back and get our souls, because we're just going to die over and over again. Now, when you die in this game, you do drop your souls, and it drops like a little blood stain like this, and you can go back and pick them up. Right? And it's totally fine. However, if you die when your souls are on the ground, when you're trying to go back and pick them up, then your souls disappear. So you definitely don't want to die twice in a row without retrieving your souls. It's definitely advised to be very, very careful when you're going to retrieve them. So, we did pick up the Firekeeper soul, which is, you know, what this Firekeeper was asking for. I guess, spoiler alert, she is a Firekeeper, right? So use Firekeeper soul to reinforce the Estus Flask. There we go. She still won't talk to us. So our Estus Flask, as you can see now in the bottom left corner there, it says +1. That just means that it's stronger. It'll restore more health when we use it, which is very, very good. We definitely want to upgrade our Estus Flask when we can. So yeah, let's keep exploring here. I'm the kind of person that likes to check every nook and cranny just in case. And you know, even playing this game as many times as I have, I still don't know where every single item is. So I'm definitely going to be checking everywhere. So we picked up a Firebomb there, which is basically just, you know, it's what you'd think it is. It's just a bomb. You throw it and it explodes. And you can actually choose to start the game with some black firebombs, which are stronger firebombs. And if you do that, you can actually use them on the undead, or the asylum demon at the beginning there, the kind of like tutorial boss, and you can just kill it very quickly, you know, before you go around and do the plunging attack. You can just kill it on your first encounter. And if you actually do that, it drops a special item. It drops like a demon hammer or something like that, but we didn't do that. This is more intended to kind of show what the game would be like on the first playthrough.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroughland. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
So this guy's a little standoffish.
I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Okay, so he gave us a copper coin.
Oh my, you again. Oh, I know. How about this?
I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yes, it would.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods. Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
Alright, so before we
Come
get into
again.
that, oh, sorry, skipped that dialogue there. So we joined a covenant, right? And covenants in this game are basically factions that you can join, and they give you certain benefits based on which covenant you're in. So we just joined our first covenant here. There's no detriment to being in this covenant. You know, you can only be in one covenant, so, you know, if you want to join one later on, you have to abandon your former covenant. But since we weren't in one, we could just join this one, you know, basically for free.
Oh, hello. I will teach you miracles. A promise is a promise, after all.
And miracles in this game are like a school of spells. So there are miracles, sorceries, and pyromancies. And miracles are based on faith, sorceries are based on intelligence, and pyromancies are based on intelligence and faith. So this guy sells us miracles. We don't have enough souls to buy, you know, anything from this guy, but later on we are going to want to be buying stuff from him. The build that we are going to be going for in this game is sort of like a paladin build. We're going to be doing strength and faith, so miracles are going to be important to us, and we will get to that eventually. This guy teaches us a gesture, shrug, right? So you can actually. Oh, I skipped the guy. It seems like he says the same thing every time. So let's see.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
There we go. Right. So he's basically saying that miracles get stronger with a higher faith level. So yeah, and you know, they tell you that without telling you. You know, there's no text box that says, you know, there's no very explicit thing that says your miracles get stronger with a higher faith level, but he says that dialogue just as a way of hinting to you, right? Anyway, you can select gestures here by pressing the I don't know what this button is even called on the Xbox controller, but it's the opposite of the start button. It's this little menu button here, and you can do gestures. So they're basically just like little emotes. And we learned the shrug gesture from him, which we don't have equipped right now, but let's see. Let's do that. There we go. Anyway, people like to use those online and like PvP duels and stuff. Like you can bow to your opponent and such. Which, if you can hear that right now, do you hear that bell ringing? If you ever hear that and you're online, that means that someone else has just rung a Bell of Awakening. So it's very, very cool. I really love that detail. That you know, you can just be playing on your game. It's, you know, this is a single player game for the most part, but if you ever hear that bell while you're kind of just playing, it means that someone else has run the Bell of Awakening, which is very, very cool. I love that. So yeah. Fortunately, no items in all of those vases that I just broke, but we're going to continue on up this way. So there's kind of like a black little pit here. We don't really want to jump down in there right now. Soul of a lost undead. So we got another soul item. And let me show you the copper coin that he gave us. Copper coin of Old Man McLoif. So it doesn't actually tell us what it does. Let's see. I don't think. Here we go. Okay, you can toggle display on any of these, and it'll tell you like a little bit about it. So let's read this. Coin made of copper. Its face shows Old Man McLoif, god of medicine and drink. Even coins of great value in the world of men have little value in Lordran, where the accepted currency is souls. Those who dream of returning to the outside world are fond of carrying these around. So it doesn't actually tell you what it does, which is interesting. But what these do is it increases the drop chance of items when you kill mobs. So you can use these if you're trying to farm like a random or like a rare item from something, and you're farming a lot. You can use copper coins. And while I was, oh, there we go. Someone just rung the bell. As I was just menuing there, you might have heard this little kind of whoosh fire sound. And as you can see now, my Estus Flask is at 11, which is over the cap for our Estus Flask right now. Normally we can only go up to 10, but we're at 11. And that is because someone has just kindled the Firelink Shrine bonfire. And we will get to kindling eventually. It's definitely more of an advanced topic. Another person rung the bell. Good for them. Definitely want to break all these boxes. This chest right here is the chest for if you ever lose an item that is necessary for like game progression, it'll show up here. Right. So I think I'm not sure if the game allows you to discard like key items, but yeah, somehow if you lose an item that is absolutely necessary to progress the game, it'll show up here. And there are a lot of people ringing the bell. It is very cool. I really like that bell mechanic because it makes you know the game feel more alive. It connects you to other players, even if you're not directly playing with them. Man, I am bad at pathing here. All right, what's up here? I think there's an item around. Yep. Another soul. Good, good, good. Definitely want as many of those as we can get. Alright, now over here. So this is the graveyard. And if you're playing the game for the first time, it's not advised to come this way immediately. This is definitely a difficult area. But what we are going to do, there are items scattered around this area, and we're going to just run and pick them all up and try not to die. This is actually a frustration that a lot of players who, you know, back in the day were new to the game, they would go this way, because the game doesn't really tell you which direction to go, right? You kind of just have to figure it out on your own. And a lot of players would go this way first and just die over and over to the skeletons here, and just get frustrated, but you're not really supposed to go this way. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to kind of nudge you back in the other direction if you're dying over and over again to this. So we are just going to run through here. We're not going to fight anything. We're just going to pick up the items and try not to die. Alright, I think we did that successfully. I think we got all of the items. These skeletons are going to chase us for a while, so we need to be prepared to fight them if we have to. Okay, I think we've... Oh. Alright, they're backing off, I think. And so as you can see right here, I can't rest at the bonfire. It's There we go. So the enemies were too close. If they're too close, it doesn't let you rest. Oh, they're still there. Alright, I think they're actually backing off now. Yeah. Alright, so we'll rest up there. Cover our health. It's probably obvious, but when you rest at the bonfire, it replenishes your health bar as well as your Estus Flask charges. So, yeah, you guys probably assumed that, though. So let's see. I think with that, we have finished exploring Firelink Shrine. So we talked to this guy, got a little bit more exposition. We picked up a bunch of items. We talked to Petrus of Thoroughland over there. We got our first covenant, and he told us about miracles. So all good stuff. And yeah, I think that is mostly it. Now the one way we haven't gone is up this path over there. But that is actually the way you're supposed to go off the bat. Oh yeah, and we explored New Londo Ruins as well. We got our Firekeeper soul and increased our Estus Flask strength. So this is the way that you're supposed to go. I'm not sure what direction most people choose on their first playthrough without knowing anything, but yeah, that's the way. That is the way to the Undead Burg, which is where this guy was telling us we had to go. So yeah, that is going to be the end of the second episode here. We explored Firelink Shrine. That was really, really cool. And next time we are going to be going to the Undead Burg, making our way that way to try to eventually get to the Undead Church and ring the Bell of Awakening for ourselves. So if you guys did enjoy the episode, please drop a like. That would really, really help out. And if you didn't enjoy the episode, please feel free to drop a dislike and let me know in the comments what you didn't like about the video so that I can improve things for you guys going forward throughout the rest of the playthrough. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Until then, take care.